Hey guys, it's KGOKev, as you probably know. This here is a stupid little tier list thing that we did a little while back. We did this before Chapter 3B was released, so just keep that in mind as you're watching the video. Lick and subscribe for Botsun, leave a comment, and yeah, enjoy the video, y'all. Your turn to die tier list of which characters do you guys think we could all beat up, like us versus them, could we probably beat up in a fight? I'm guessing S tier would be beat their ass, and then D tier is like, we're getting our back broken. So, alright. Let's get the obvious ones out of the way. Obviously, Kai Sato, we're not beating him. He'll crush us in his gigantic booty cheeks. We are not beating him whatsoever. Also, Kai is an assassin, and yeah, has a frying pan. I assume that's his ultimate assassin weapon, too. I mean, who here can fight? Anyone in here can fight? I assume that, like, you know, the typical Your Turn to Die fan is, like, you know, super jacked and, like, super cool and super, like, beautiful in real life, right? Like, exactly, right? Yeah, exactly. But yeah, Kai, we ain't beating that guy. You guys seen Assassin's Creed? I mean, 85 people take on one guy, and then, like, we all just die to the one person. It's very realistic. How about Joe? Can we beat Joe? Any of us think we can beat up Joe, or no? Would you want to beat up Joe? You probably don't want to beat up Joe, but could you and would you? You let Mai beat your ass? Understandable. Have a nice day. What about these two? Joe and So. Can you beat up Joe, and can you beat up So? You can't even do two push-ups. So can't even do one push-up, so exactly. Here's the thing. So's a big teeny weeny shinny weenie, so obviously S is for So tier. Obviously we can all beat up So collectively as a team, like in general. In fact, I'd say So would be lower than like Kana or any of the other ones for sure. But then for Joe, he's got multiple ahoges. You could probably, you know, stab some people with that spiky hair of his. When it comes to a fighting chance, he may have some, I would say, probably. So, yeah, I'd probably put, like, Joe either in mid-tier or, like, lower. But, like, obviously he has to be above So. So might have to get his own tier or something. Or, I don't know. For Meister, could you, as an individual, beat up a painting? Or would the painting beat you up? Does art hurt? Like, art might hurt emotionally, but can also hurt physically? Mishima is a buff, tough son bitch. That dude's got biceps on his biceps. We are not beating him. Now Michi Kuromata. I would assume as a boxer, we should probably put him in the same tier as these other fine lads out here, right? So I assume these three are pretty good and the we'll beat the crap out of you tier. How are you guys doing on like Now GoPro? Would you be able to beat up Now, or like would Now beat you guys up? What do you guys think? What are Now's feats and strengths? Now can knock out So with one clonk, but that's not much of an accomplishment, like all things considered. She can lift at least one Mishima head, so that's something. A lot of you guys are saying A. Yeah, I was thinking like probably like, yeah, A or B. Definitely A or B. Sarah. Can you guys beat up Sarah / like, would Sarah beat the crap out of you? She is trained in martial arts, specifically Kendo. She's a trained fighter, and she definitely is very competent in multiple respects, so she would definitely beat up most of us, I'd probably say. Sarah, from the minigame, Sarah actually, you know, has shown herself to be quite versatile, and also, again, very physically adept, so. Can't forget about the fact, too, that because she's a protagonist, she will most likely win 99% of her fights with plot armor. Might honestly put her in, like, can't beat up, for sure. Okay. Shinsuke Hayasaka. Where are we putting Shinsuke, guys? What are Shinsuke's feats? Shinsuke's feat. What are Shinsuke's, like, abilities / accomplishments? He is one of the two characters that can die in Chapter 3A. He died canonically. I mean, he is a grown man, too. A grown-ass man. He literally got beaten up by books. That he did. Because knowledge is power. You know, books kill. Haven't you guys seen Death Note? Books do kill. I'd say A. Are we just gonna put Shin in his own tier? Like, is Shin just gonna go in his own tier, basically? Which, I can understand that, but yeah, like, I'd definitely put him in A tier then, probably, too. Throw books at Hayasaka. Like, Superman's weakness is kryptonite, Batman's weakness is being poor or something, right? And then Hayasaka's weakness is books and paper. I mean, paper cuts suck, obviously, but how about Mai? Mai can stab people, very much. Mai did stab a strong man, but that's the thing. He may be strong, but he's also an idiot. If there was, like, a one-on-one fight, no real chances to, like, you know, stealth things out, where do you guys think you would do for Mai? Yeah, I can see her in the B, maybe in A. We'll figure it out, of course, as we go, but right now we're still just trying to figure it out. How about Hinako? The crazy, creepy child that, you know, is kind of violent looking and et cetera, et cetera. How about her? Where would she go? I don't know. She's very competent is, like, the main thing. She also has the intimidation factor. Like, you know, intimidation will lower your attack in Pokemons and all that, but, like, here's the thing. I can see her beating up Joe. That's the thing. Like, I could, like, honestly see her beating Joe. So it's like, I could see, like, maybe right here. Rio Ranger. How about Rio Ranger? He's very skinny. He's a very, like, soft boy, as my sister would say, and, like, you know, should totally win everything according to her, but this is not her tier list. Here's the thing. Kind of like, you know, luchador wrestling, he will claim, he will, you know, claim articles of the opponent's clothings as a prize once they're defeated, but that's the thing, he waits for them to die before he claims them, so technically, he may not have ever actually won any fights to speak of, Rio Ranger. So, how can we really, like, you know, note his combat abilities? In the manga, he was able to push Joe and Sara, but again, that's him doing something stealthily, and, like, you know, stealth is not a factor in this, so he is a doll as well, so you have to consider, you know, that when it comes to, like, you know, possible, like, you know, stronger physical strength and stuff like that. Volleyball with his head, oh, for sure, for sure. I guess we'll put him in B tier for right now. Like, he does, like, the dolls do have that extra, just again, like, physicality factor and more, so yeah, we'll figure out for them as we go. Kugi Kazuchi? Where do we even put Kugi, man? She's quite bold and headstrong, maybe, according to, like, you know, according to Kana, but again, her main known feats are dying. Probably C, maybe lower a B. Like, I don't know. For some reason, I just see everyone being able to beat up Joe. I don't know why. Also, Sara punched Joe canonically, and he almost got knocked out. So yeah, well, we'll put her in C right now, and again, we'll edit as we go. Ranmaru Kageyama. Where does he go? He's very fluffy. That hand, as you guys know, can, like, give a mean karate chop. He's basically like Joe, right? Like, he's probably like the same, like, probably like around the same level of Joe, but he does also have the doll factor if he is a doll. His hair is probably like a, you know, like a spiky shield or something. I'd probably keep him in B. He's probably like in the higher ends of B. Like, most of the dolls are probably like the higher ends of B or something like that. I will say, obviously, Anzu, sadly, is probably on the lower ends, because, again, she also is one of the canonical ones that can potentially die, and also is kind of, you know, little schoolgirl. But yeah, like, basically, I'm grouping her with Hayasaka at the moment. Where do we put Ginabushi? Ginabushi is feral. He will bite people's legs off. Muchan can, like, have you guys seen Muchan, like, his stand Muchan? That thing can, like, go Super Saiyan. I gotta show you guys if you guys haven't seen it. By the way, follow my little sister, Rio Ranger is Best Boy, on Instagram if you haven't. She does a lot of fun art stuff, including bringing a lot of my stupid shitposts to life, because, hey, you know, that's how we do. This is Muchan. This is his final form. Look at little Gin and his gigantic stand. This is what you have to deal with if you fight Muchan. Can you handle him? Muchan is a god. So yeah, we ain't beating Gin. Meme-wise, yeah, Gin would, of course, probably go in A. When it comes to, like, otherwise, though, Gin is a small child. Probably in C. Still higher than Hayasaka and Shin, though, obviously, for sure, for sure. If it was Muchan, Muchan goes in A, but Gin himself has to go in C. Here's a character we all love, right? Megumi Sassafrasa Hassafrasa, policewoman we all love, right? Where's she going? She is a trained policewoman, as you know, probably been in a couple scuffles on the field. We may not like her, but she definitely has some training, right? I guess what I have to think about is, yo, who would actually win in a fight, Megumi or Keiji? Megumi, Keiji, and Mr. Policeman. Let's talk about the three policemen, I guess, right now. Mr. Policeman's been dead for a while. Let's just assume because he's a corpse that, yeah, he's probably gonna be able to be quite easy to beat. Still higher than Hayasaka, though. People who are dead before the death game can, you know, just like, we'll judge them as corpses, sure, why not? But then, like, people who were in the death game, you know, from the start, you know, didn't do their first trials, and now instead we're in Mortal Kombat. So, yeah, Megumi and Keiji, what do you guys think? Obviously, yeah, they could probably beat up Mishima. And then, like, yeah, Mr. Boxer and Mr. Assassino would probably actually, like, you know, put up, like, a decent fight. Most of us want Keiji to beat us up, right? Yeah, something like that. Keiji has the arms above Megumi, so I'd probably have to put you above her, like, just based on that. Reiko and Alice. Now, my immediate thought is to put them in A tier. Alice and Reiko, they're very, how would I say? Not that they're violent individuals. If they need to get into a fight, they can definitely get into a fight, is what I mean. You know what I'm saying? They're strong, but they don't really have, like, formal training, probably, is, like, the main thing, right? They're aggressive, you know, they're very punk-headed, but, like, they don't have the formal training. They'd have no discipline. So, if they got into a fight with, like, you know, someone who's, like, you know, actually, like, thinking rather than just, like, angrily just, like, you know, kind of having, like, having a bit of a fit, then, like, yeah, they'd probably be able to be taken care of. Say they're, like, you know, just under, like, you know, the actual trained people. Also, Mishima. I mean, who's to say? Maybe Mishima did do some mixed martial arts back in his day. I'm just picturing Mishima as, like, the most worldly individual of all time. Like, you guys know that one scene in Avatar where, like, Uncle Iroh, like, you know, gets, like, super buff in prison? Mishima probably did something similar to that, you know? Like, that's how Mishima probably got jacked as hell. Mishima is actually the Avatar, if you guys didn't know. It's little known facts. Also, we didn't find a ranking for Meister. Still above Hayasaka, so, yeah. What do you guys think of Miley? Can we beat up Miley / would Miley beat you up? Miley, she doesn't throw any punches, showing herself to be very sadistic, but, like, any of, like, you know, the violent acts / like, you know, things that have happened, haven't been of her, like, own accord. She's been, like, she gets other things, like, other torture devices and things to activate to perform the horrible acts for her. So, like, an actual scuffle, how do you think she would actually do? All bark and no bite? Yeah, I can see that for sure. She is also made of, like, what? Chocolate? So it's like, I don't know, how tough is chocolate? She took a full frying pan from Kai to the face and was still standing. She might actually be, like, a brick wall, you know? She might actually be invincible. She might actually be able to take quite a few hits before actually falling down. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just, if you can take a frying pan from Kai, I think that should let you either be at the top of B tier or at top of A tier. I can see her also being above Sarah, just from the fact that psychological warfare can also still be at play, you know? Like, again, like, we all know how, like, Miley is very prone to, you know, messing with her opponents mentally. I can see her getting the edge over Sarah that way for sure. She's not a doll, though. Exactly. She's not a doll. Which means her taking the frying pan to the face is even more impressive. That's actually crazy. She to hick, don't you know? But yeah, I put Miley either like somewhere in A or top of B. So Fallen cries a lot. She has a big straw on her head. I don't know where we're going with this. So Fallen is very weak. Oh, for sure. Like, she'd definitely be like lower B. That's the thing. I don't know if she would really actually indeed like kind of put up a fight. That's the thing, you know? I kind of feel like she would just kind of be the punching bag. I'm gonna put her in C for right now. I just don't see her putting up a fight, just bottom line. Ray. Who? So Ray is from the Your Turn to Shine, and their own known canonical feat is dying. So there you go. Above Hayasaka, above Shin still, obviously. Kyutaro Burgerberg. Okay, so he's a very contentious one for me, / like he's a mixed bag for multiple reasons. One, in Your Turn to Shine, that dude is OP as hell. This dude carries you throughout Your Turn to Shine. When it comes to fighting the obstructors / like the monsters Your Turn to Shine, you literally only need to build up Kyutaro and you'll be good. You can get through all the days unscathed. That dude is strong. But however, in the actual game, though, he's kind of dumb. He gets the laptop stolen by Kana somehow. Remember that? He gets the laptop stolen by Kana. Like, you can't ignore the fact that he's physically strong. That dude is to hick. That dude's got a badonkadonk for days. I'll probably put him in A tier. Like, it's not always bronze over brain. It's like, it's not always bronze. Brains also, like, you know, come to play as well. Ryoko Hirose. She is a atypical Japanese schoolgirl. We never see her. She can eat an entire doner kebab in one bite. That's her main feat. Her main feat is also not existing. So, yeah, like that, right? Yeah, there you go. Toko and Jin, these two. They're both survivors. Oh, wait, no. Actually, they're not survivors. That's the thing. Without assistance from Mishima in Your Turn to Shine, these two will perish. They will die. So they do need that extra help to be able to... I mean, I guess they were okay surviving up to that point, but, like, they did need some help to actually, like, yeah, gather materials and just, like, survive on that, like, you know, monster-infested island. So I'm inclined to put them probably in B tier. I'm also inclined to probably put them in the who gives a shit tier. Jin kind of like dies early on if you don't give him food, and then Toko, you do encounter her a couple times, I think, before, like, you know, but if you don't, you know, give her the stuff, she will die before the end. So I'd probably maybe put her, Joe's just the lowest one. Like, I'd actually probably put them maybe about like this, maybe above Ranger. But okay, yeah, I'll put them in here, but I also don't really care, but yeah, it's whatever. Whatever, these two, they're out. Okay. Next, we got Maple. Maple is an obstructor. As an obstructor, the strongest obstructor, right? Definitely stronger than the rest of the dolls. Like, yeah, Maple is the strongest obstructor, and we can't beat her alone, probably, right? Like, we need at least, like, 2 people or, like, 3 people, or just, like, the entire cast to beat her, like, bring her down kind of thing. So, yeah, like, she'd probably... In fact, shit, dude, I'd probably put her in, like, S tier, thinking about it. Maybe, like, lower S tier, I don't know. Well, maybe even higher. I don't know, man. Like, she's just made to kill. She's a Terminator with pancakes on her head. Where would you guys put Kana on this list? Obviously, we'd probably have to put Kana in C tier as well, both for children and also, like, pacifists. Okay, actually, okay, are we making the kids fight? Are we doing this? Kana would have to be probably on the lower end echelon of C for sure. She would have to be, well, okay, wait, that's Mr. Policeman's corpse. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, Kana could definitely be the corpse. Okay, these last 4. Call them the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Midori. Where are you putting Midori, guys? Midori's quick. Midori is agile as hell. Like, you can't catch that guy. Yeah, that dude's scary. He's not, like, the most physically strong, but he's got the speed and the smarts to kind of, like, You know, tactic his way through things. Won't, you know, hesitate to, you know, again, bring up physical, just past trauma to, like, you know, mess with you. He is faster than the rest, than, like, any other character. Just, he's the fastest. He is the fastest thing alive, don't you know? Midori is speed, don't you know? Midori the Hedgehog. No one draw that. Honestly, I'm going with my gut. I'm gonna put him in Can't Beat Up, and again, we'll shift things around if need to. But, like, yeah, no, he's a strong guy. He's a strong contender for sure. Mr. Chidoan is a mystery. Like, he's definitely one of the people leading the whole death game and stuff. If he's like a mafia boss or something, man, like, I don't know, like, I'm inclined to put him in A, just because, again, like, I think the fear of the unknown / like, just like the less that we know about him, the more it kind of makes you think like he's just like gonna be like more of like a strong contender, you know what I'm saying? Lack of info to really say definitively, but I can see him like just like in the higher, like, you know, higher ends of things, just for sure. I'll put him right here. And we have 2 more characters left. Obviously we're saving the 2 best for last. Oh, we're saving the 2 best for last, of course. I still like how little Shinny up here is just all by himself. Top of the mountain, of the poop mountain or something. Gashu. Where are you putting Gashu, guys? If Kai's an assassin, do you think Gashu was an assassin too, like it back in his day? Do you think Gashu was an assassin? Do you think it ran in the family? Because for sure possibility that he might have also been an assassin in his younger years. Oh my god, could you imagine Assassin's Creed where you're trying to blend in, but like you just got this stupid fucking crab stash just like sticking out? Could you imagine Ezio with like a little crab stash, like, or like Agent 47 in Hitman? And yeah, he's just trying to blend. He's got this stupid thing on his face. He's definitely getting up there in his old age, right? So here's the thing: you have talent versus experience. Saying goes, beware of an old man in a profession where, you know, men die young. So yeah, he may not be super strong anymore, but if anything, he's probably gonna be top of B. Okay, Botsun. Where does Botsun go? Botsun goes and Can't Beat Up, right? Right? Botsun will kick the shit out of all of us. Botsun will absorb all of us within like in his like purple slime of doom. Botsun puts a bag over our head and suffocates us. Like, you can't win against that. Botsun gets his own tier probably. Exactly, Botsun S. Botsun God tier. Exactly. I'm glad you guys know what's up. There's no need for debate. Exactly. Botsun. Exactly. How can you kill that which has no life? He's not in the game, therefore he's the one character who cannot live or die. How do you kill that which has no life? I rest my case. Botsun is love. Botsun is life. You can't beat the sun. You can look at the sun and stare at the sun, but you can't beat it up, man. All right, here are the different ratios, I guess, right? We got Shin to Botsun tier. Now let's start ordering this shit, and, well, yeah, it's gonna be shit, but okay. All right, so, yeah, Shin, very, very bottom. Understandable, very much so. We all know what's up. Hayasaka, close to that. And then Rei, who cares? Meister's a painting. Ryoko does not exist. Mr. Policeman's a corpse. I'd say the corpse can go right here because it was once living. Ryoko does exist and can still probably fight. We just have to find where she is. Okay, then we got the children. Michan is the ultimate shield. Gin holds it. Kana does have the bucket. I'd actually probably put Anzu underneath Kana and Gin. Anzu dies twice in the game, you know what I mean? Doesn't do her any favors. Kugi, yeah, Kugi just for sure has to be over Kana. Joe at the bottom of B. Hinako here. The kid is very creepy, I guess, but like, again, she still has the physical abilities of like what, a 12-year-old? I mean, we've seen Aniki. Aniki's quite strong for a 12-year-old, if you guys know World's End Club. I just still see her beating up Joe, though. That's the thing. Like, Joe's the kind of guy who probably won't beat up anyone. I feel like, yeah, Joe would see Hinako's face and then, like, probably piss his pants and run away. Hinako probably kicks crotches a lot, right? Like, can you guys see that? Like, Hinako will go for the crotch every single time. I don't know. But yeah, okay. Then we got the 2 survivors who aren't very good at surviving. Rio Ranger, I probably put right there, and then like Mai actually would probably have to go above Ranmaru. Like Ranmaru has a really, really sick drop kick. Mai, it's quite violent. Probably put her above Ranmaru. Yeah, Ranmaru and Joe are very alike. Like Ranmaru and Joe are very akin to each other in multiple respects. So yeah, I put Ranmaru above Joe, and then like Rio Ranger, Mai stabs peeps. So yeah, there you go. And yeah, Gashu used to be a fighter. Used to be something. Back in my day, oh, you should have seen me. Oh boy, etc., etc. I was simply smashing heads and rah. Gashu came from like what, the 1920s? Gashu, you know, back when they only played with sticks and stones and would break kids' bones. Yeah, that's Gashu right there. Bottom of A tier, yes, again, I put Mr. Burgerberg. I have to put Mr. Jidowan above his daughter. I actually feel like Reiko could probably beat Alice in a fight. I'd see Mr. Jidowan above Miley. Just the mystery of Mr. Jidowan, and again, just what we don't know about him, but like can probably infer just based on like his body language, everything like that. I feel like he's probably got quite got some abilities right there. Mishima is buff, and I'm keeping him up here because it's funny, and also like legitimately too. But like, yeah, no, again, like I see Mishima as like a very Mishima's smart. He's quite cut. Mishima is like Bruce Banner or something, you know? He just has to like, "Grr," and then like, you know, his suit rips and just like boom, 12-pack. Bulging biceps. He could probably smack a bitch. The dolls will for sure have to be like the very, very top ones. Like basically like the ones who can't get beat, like taken down without like a collective team effort, whether it's like through strategy or like actual physical prowess. Yeah, I'd have to put them above here. But then like for the rest of them. So we have boxers, police peoples, and assassin. KG has the arms above Megumi, so I'd probably have to put you above her. Like just based on that and more. Kai is trained to fight to the death / to kill. Naomichi was trained to fight. But yeah, that is a very, very good fact to point out there for sure. Naomichi's a little too much brains on like KG. That is another good point. Good points, guys. Facts, dude. Facts. All right, so yeah, Naomichi has formal training, but he does have that punk-headedness and hot-headedness too. Like he's probably very easily provoked. Same, you know, in the same facet as Alice and Reiko. I maybe put Megumi over Naomichi, but then like you'd be like Megumi, then KG, because again, like KG has both physical strength and brains. Kai has a good, just like he's just all around, like, you know, got everything, man. Kai is the perfect man. We've established this multiple times. Kai is the best #1 human being of all time, basically. And then we got Midori, and then we got Maple. Again, ultimate obstructor, and just this power couple right here, don't you know? These two. Well, I don't know, ultimate antagonists, I don't know. And then, of course, Botsun. But yeah, Maple, Midori, they got everything. And, yo, like, yeah, like, we got the trained fighters. We got, like, the people who got the smarts, but maybe not, like, formal training. We got, the more normal people. We got the pacifists / the weaklings, Shin, and Botsun. I'm pretty satisfied with this overall, I'd say. Print screen and, probably post this somewhere. I don't know, probably. But yeah, cool.